Hey, happy day 31 of the Get Up and Go Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with my pirate rubber ducky because my ducks are all in a row. Well, are they really? No, or wouldn't be doing this challenge. But I'm working on getting my ducks all in a row. I've got, I don't know, I can't remember, I think I have like 15 or 16 ducks. There's those machines, those little claw machines that you grab toys with, and my granddaughter loves getting the little rubber duckies. And this is the ones that she leaves. These are the ones she leaves at my house to play with, but I kind of took them over for my staging and my background because they're fun and they remind me that during times of transition and challenge, we are always striving to get our ducks in a row. So of course, you know, we're getting our ducks in the row for each of these 7 areas of our life. I am going through the challenge, the SOAP framework, and we're on P today, which is why I'm talking about pirates and P and emotions, and it's the emotional aspect of my life that I am working on as I do this challenge right along with you, and I'm going through it. And today, P stands for, in our SOAP model, progress. One of the most important things that we as human beings need, one of our greatest more needs is to feel as if we're making progress. Ask yourself this. At the times in your life when you think back, and I like to do the Lifeline process through this, and you can see my Lifeline process is getting pretty messy. I have not done and graphed emotional yet. I'll put it in a different color. I can't see this at all to know what the colors mean. I guess the yellow is financial, orange is, I don't remember what orange is. So I should maybe make myself a key and a code to go through it. But anyway, the Lifeline process is just a process of drawing a line and then mapping out the main experiences in your life, the main things that you remember. And the more you do it, the more things will pop up. And it's not to focus on the past. I don't know if I've been clear, but the last thing we need to be doing is reliving and focusing on the past. Good or bad, the past has already happened. There's not a thing we can do about it. Most of our time and energy should be spent on being present, being in the present moment, and determining what am I doing right now to create the future that I want. But the Lifeline process, and we've talked about it several times now, is one of my favorites, and I'll do that today because I'm doing each of the 7 areas of my life. So I want to make sure I have 7 different colors on here, and I will put the key. Oh, orange is relationships. I've got a little R in the corner. So see, I even know myself that I'll forget things. So I will map out in a different color, maybe blue for emotional, or I don't know, what's a good emotional color? I'll pick a color, whatever probably is the next color I find. I'll pick a color and I will map out on my Lifeline my emotional, the highs and the lows in my emotional life, and see how it lines up with financial and relationships and the other areas and aspects of my life that I've already done this SOAP process on, right? I'm using the SOAP process, the SOAP model. So P, progress. That's one way of clearly looking at the results that it's my interpretation of the results, right? How it's always how I see the world. It's always how you see the world, because this comes really clear when I'm doing things with my sisters and my siblings, because all 4 of us grew up with the exact same parents, right? In the exact same house for our life. Yet the 4 of us are very, very different. We've had totally different experiences. And if you asked us, we would probably describe how we grew up in our childhood differently, right? Even though we all grew up in the same environment. We have different beliefs, different actions. We had different experiences, even growing up in very similar situations. And so it's always what things feel like to you. What my sisters and my mom, my dad's passed away, think is right for me. Guess what? They're only right about 10% of the time, right? Because they don't know. Nobody knows you better than you. So when it comes to feeling like you're making progress, even there have been times in my life when I've been making progress according to other people on the outside, but on the inside, I felt like I was on a hamster wheel and I didn't feel like I was going anywhere. But the results that I was getting in things that other people see and judge looked like I was ascending at a massive rate. But inside, I felt like I was just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And since it wasn't the right thing for me, I'm talking about one of my businesses, it wasn't the right business for me to be in, even though everything from other people's point of view looked awesome, on the inside, I was just shriveling up and dying because it wasn't the right thing for me. And so you have to always think of progress and look at progress and analyze and do everything as, is this right for me? And you know if it's right for you or not, depending on how it makes you feel. If something makes you feel icky or anxious or depressed or sad or worried or doubtful or fearful, guess what? It is not right for you. Might be right for your brother, might be right for your sister, might be right for your cousins or your friends or your parents or your whatever, you know, your next door neighbor, but it isn't right for you. It's all based on how things make you feel. This is a huge lesson that's taken me decades to learn, and I still trip over myself and make the mistake of not listening to myself, meaning not just my brain and what looks good on paper, but my brain doing research and homework and thinking for myself. My heart, does this seem right to me? Does this fit with my core values and my goals and the direction I want to go with my life? And then my instinct, my gut, my feelings, does it feel right for me? And if it feels light and happy and positive and good, and you know, you get that, everybody's different, but I get that like tingly feeling when I know something is right for me. And I get an icky feeling. I know these are technical terms, tingly and icky. And when I know it isn't right for me. And it'll be different for each and every one of us. Some people get goosebumps. Some people get sick to their stomach or nauseous. Other people get headaches. Every one of us are different. I knew a person that got a little pain in their left big toe when something was off and not right for them. That's pretty unique to that person, right? But it just goes to show you that there's this wide spectrum of how we know what we know is right for us or not right for us, and that we just have to figure that out and pay attention to it and not ignore it like we're so prone to ignore in the noisy, chaotic, crazy world that we live in. So we want to make sure that we're making progress toward what we want. So emotionally, I want to get from where I am to where I want to be, right? Whatever you're working on, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, contribution, whatever area you're working on, you know where you are, right? Because you just look in the mirror, you stop, take a deep breath, and you're like, all right, what do my finances look like right now? It's probably one of the hardest ones for people to look at, but hey, what does it look like? This is what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it looks like right now, because that's not where you're going to stay. You're going to go to where you want it to be. So emotionally, where am I now? Where do I want to be? I've brainstormed options. You know, I've looked at the situation. I've brainstormed options. Oh, what the heck are all the possible things I could do? Yesterday, I took some action, and I did that exercise that I shared with you. And it's about love. Why? Because according to the emotional guidance scale, love has got the highest frequency, the highest vibrating energy. And so that's one that I'm always going to want to move toward, right? And it's love in general. There's all kinds of love, right? We're not here to judge or decide love. Love is love. And most important love is, of course, the love of ourselves and taking care of ourselves. So where am I emotionally, and where do I want to be? And that exercise was great. It was interesting that they just did it for the first time yesterday. So I am committing to make progress to doing it for the next 30 days. So for the next 30 days, every day I will find the same 15 minutes, and I will, it's going to be, I've already decided it's going to be right after my granddaughter leaves, I go for a walk. And on my walk, there's a place that I like to stop where there's nobody around and I can just stop. And I normally don't like to stop during my walks, but I'm making an exception for this. I will stop during my walk, and I will spend 15 minutes in this place thinking about, I already forgot what it is, but I'm thinking about, I'm going to grab the book. I want to say myself, but that just doesn't sound right. I'm thinking about, think only about you, your value as a human being, your right to be, and your right to be loved. And I am going to do that for 15 minutes every day, and see how it makes me feel, and see what kind of a transition and an impact it has on my emotional health and my emotional well-being after 30 days. So I know that, I already know, it's just like if you meditate every day for 15 days, it has a huge positive impact, not only on the area of your life that you're meditating about, but on your life as a whole. Because guess what? When we have improvement in one area of our life, it helps to bring all the other areas of our life up. So that's what I'm committing to doing. And so our action item today, the thing I want you to do today is think about the area that you're working on, and to make progress, we just have to do one little thing every day, right? It doesn't have to be a big thing, but we want to commit to doing something something, even a 20-second thing, even if we just repeat affirmations about the area that we're trying to improve, that is doing something. It's actually doing more than 80% of the population, because 80% of the population isn't doing anything to move their life ahead. They're just going through the motions of living their life. So we want to make sure that we're in the top 20% of the world in our lives, or probably not listening to me. So how do we do that? We do one little thing a day, one small thing a day to contribute to our progress. So even if we have a terrible day in other areas and aspects of our life, we know that we've done the one thing that will help move us ahead in that area that we're working on, an area that we want to see improvement on. Guess what? If we just do one small thing every day to make us feel good, we have something to be grateful for, and we can build on that, because guess what? Even on terrible days, good things happen. Even on good days, sometimes terrible things happen. And it's what we choose to look at and focus on and concentrate on and make more of that will create more of in our life. So progress. And then progress is all about making continuous improvement. It's not about taking action every day, doing something every day, and expecting that it's going to work out and move you forward every single day. Guess what? There are a lot of things I do every day that I don't see the progress, or I don't feel like I'm making progress. I go for a walk every day, right? Do I feel like going for a walk every day is helping me get in top physical shape? No. During coronavirus, guess what? My physical well-being tanked in some areas and aspects because I wasn't being as active as usual, because I wasn't getting out. And for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to get rid of all my exercise equipment when I moved. So I sold my house. We sold our divorce home the week before everything shut down for COVID. And then I'm in a temporary place with no exercise equipment. Super frustrating for me personally, since it was still winter. Anyway, lesson learned, huge lesson learned. But it's an example of I do something every day and I don't necessarily see or feel the progress, but then I remember what it felt like when I didn't do anything every day, when I didn't take care of myself. And that just keeps me going, even if I don't actually see the progress every day. And some days I might twist an ankle or something and feel like I'm going backwards, right? But I know that if I hadn't been doing something every day, it would take way longer for that twisted ankle to heal. So continuous improvement, it's just getting a little bit better every day. That's how we master anything, right? It's how we do anything, is by practicing, committing time and energy to it and resources to it, and just chugging along until we get what it is that we want. So P is for progress today. My progress is to go ahead and add a system, or create a system or a way or a habit or a ritual of doing something to make sure and guarantee that I'm setting myself up to win, that I'm gonna have a little bit of progress every day. And there's so many things that we do every day and we don't even realize. They're either building us up and moving us toward what we want, or they're actually breaking us down and deteriorating us. Everything, and I learned this in a training at the Gillette company with my ex-husband and another couple that was friends of ours. There was a training, and I can see our friend bought me a watch at that, which was very cool, and it had the 3 areas of training. It was people, time, and something else I don't remember. I can't remember. It's probably in my jewelry box. I should go get it and find it, but because I save things. But it was a really good training about that, and about the importance of that, and about progress and what's really important. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got today. Progress is our letter of the day on the SOAP framework. It's the thing that we want to work on. In the section below, in the comments below, just share one thing that you either did, how your action worked out, or one thing that you are thinking about doing moving forward to affect this area of your life. Now, if you've been going through the challenge with us for 30 some days now, today's day 31, if you're going through it that many days, you've been through this cycle enough. If you're using the same area of your life, like say you're working on your physical well-being as you go through the SOAP model with us each and every time, you probably have gotten some things that you are adding to your daily repertoire, that you're making a ritual or a routine or a habit. And maybe it's, hey, I exercise every other day, or my sister's trying this thing where she doesn't eat until noon, and then she doesn't eat anything after 8 p.m. I don't remember what it's called, but it's some kind of a fasting thing where you just eat between noon and 8 p.m. And so maybe you've decided to do something like that. Just share what you're doing and what you want to do moving forward to ensure that you've got progress toward what it is that you want in your life. That's it. That's our action item for today. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. If I can help you with anything, direct message me. I don't offer that up very often, but if you have stuck with me and you're seeing this video, you're the type of person that has the commitment and the wherewithal, and you want to do something to improve your life, and I love helping people like you. So just hit me up and ask, and you can direct message me. Just say, you know, Get Up and Go Challenge or GG and G or something, so that I know where you're coming from, because I do get hit up a lot with different things in different aspects. All right, have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Get up and go. Go do it. Make some progress today.